Hi again. Welcome back to the guy that just now spent 9 minutes giving spoilers for 3 different stories, 2 of which I'm not even really writing. I've taken a back seat to it, and there's no one in the front seat. I'm just not ready to write them yet. So, that was a really stupid idea. And even though it's 5 minutes past the time I usually upload, and this video will most likely be late getting to you, I need to tell you guys, I don't have a plan for this video. Normally on Wednesdays I try to update you about my stories, about my writing and how it's going and how things are looking. I don't have an update. I'm in relatively the same place that I was last week. I thought of another character that I definitely want to use in the Spider-Man story that I'm working on. I don't want to tell you who it is because it might be the big bad evil guy. I know last video I said the big bad evil guy could be Deathbird or the Shi'ar in general. But now I'm thinking, you know what? We don't have to make waves that big, because that would make huge waves, and this is the first book in the series. But I do need to branch out to other titles, so I'm doing something that might possibly do both. So, it might downplay the craziness of the story, and it might give me a way to go to another title for the second story. Because Ultimate Alliance, you know, there's a lot of title characters in that story, so if I'm gonna do an Ultimate Alliance fanfiction, I need to figure out how to get from Spider-Man to someone else. So, I think I figured it out, and it's not gonna be space travel weirdness, I think. Yeah. That's basically the mental state I'm in. So this brain is just in all kinds of messes. It's just not in an okay state. Blah. Yeah, you're welcome for that. That was genuine. Everything about my horrible grammar, speech, really. Everything about my horrible speech is genuine. But, anyways, I think I've figured out who could be my big bad evil guy, and it's not gonna be this space travel scapegoat. I was going to have Hussar crash her alien ship into Earth, into Manhattan, and Venom would be like, what the heck is this? And then Hussar would bust her hand through the windshield of the cockpit and grab Venom's head and pull him in. And I was going to do that. But now, now that I'm not even sure I will use her in this book, yeah. That was gonna be awesome. That was gonna be so good, but I might still do that in like the second or third book. Okay? And it might not be with Venom. It might be with another character Oh, and I found out something. I read up on this character that I didn't know much about, but he's called the U.S. Agent. And I realize now, he's basically Captain America if he went down a road akin to the Punisher. I mean, he went through the war, but I mean after he left the war. If he took a darker path with his costume and his attitude after the war, then the U.S. Agent is basically that. So that's Mom. Okay, well, I know this is a short video, but, anyways, I'm thinking of using the U.S. Agent, but no time soon. Got a new big bad evil guy, probably gonna use that instead of the Shi'ar. Still using the Shi'ar, definitely, but later on now, I've decided. So, if you guys really want to know the 9 minutes that I talked about at the beginning of the video, that I wasted talking about spoilers for stories that I am not even ready to write yet, basically I've thought of a lot of new ideas for my Finisher story, and Finisher is one of my original stories that is really promising if my brain will work properly. If someone steps up, that'll be help enough. Just one person to ask, you know, you've read this, you've read what I've got, what should happen next? If I had one person to ask that, then I'd be getting this done so much faster. I would. I truly would. I 100% believe that if I just had help, I would do this. Every writer that I know of has had help with creating and going forward. Stan Lee even had help. He had Jack Kirby, and when he didn't have Jack Kirby, he still had Steve Ditko, and they were all close. They were good friends. I'm sure they helped with stories. I mean, didn't Jack Kirby do everything concerning the Celestials? Well, I don't know. A lot of stuff concerning the Celestials. So, yeah. And Steve Ditko, he had his own story. He had something that he claimed independently, a detective-like story about a character called Mr. A. And that was cool. So I'm sure that he could have helped Stan at some point, and, you know, why wouldn't he? Like I said, they were close friends. So, either way, I need help. But I did do some new stuff in my head just now. Not actually writing. But I do have some new ideas for the Spider-Man story. And it's more like one new idea for the finisher story, but it comes from a lot of other things that would be just straight out spoilers from stories that are not coming to you for a while. So, with all this said, I don't even know. I feel like my brain is on fire from having to use it this much, and this early. It's not early, it's just that I just now woke up like 2.5 hours ago, and it still feels like that was 2 seconds ago. I'm just in a fog. So, anyways, I'll see you next time, and hopefully that's tomorrow, I guess. So, with that said, I guess we're done here, pretty much. Peace.